because never may kwaba and yawa holding the things yabadanya miase the akano na yasem and never be a cedi in the dollar in the ultimate. Ghana is in crisis. Menim say second phase of your economic crisis and the EDT because the lightning speed at which the cedi depreciating and the pace at which a dollar no corner at through everything of year. Everything because you know say economy we no dollar near the year because you produce what the bia say. And just imagine we a campaign and now will make any projections and as if I say I budget it's off bar because projection whatever that we did no yeah against the dollar and then I'm 16 cities and 17 cities. So I think that Ghana there we are in the second phase of economic crisis. We are hoping a bit me infuse certain measures via a bit me as sanitize our restore situation because Babia and Namno there seem to be no hope and war closer to us. And Mathieu, a lot of discussion going on. We don't see any definitive policy plan and a certain measure via within a short time, no, buying any mitigating what is the more can the IMF Sikana ye hope is a bit more infused into the system. But Dr. Ran, you do very well, say, your first tranche, your second tranche. But no can name you drew because now it was coming in 650, 650. Where I buy 300 something. And the bizarre say, Sikano a bar, what is the raw impact our the economy? And we're talking about the economy for the past 1.5 years in the year. You suspended the honoring of our external debt and then as forth. So I think there are a lot of things that cost what we need to have a proper conversation. Say they meet me a position economy now. It's $1 no actually more any significant impact there on our economy because the last time I was telling you say places like China and then as forth because they are into production, you know. Omo crash that devalue musica no just for say me promote to local your friends are producing and as a form and now here some of the Chinese your friends say industries no they were minor or more pejo more spending across even Africa natural say currency depreciation you know abaya another way or more useful etimide I enjoy a lot of gains, but you know, because we don't produce anything okroma to the sense even engo krano ya krefra manone recently basa cassava ya fafra manone and whole lot. So you need to rely on the dollar and whenever there is a shift biano, it will affect you, especially at the time kufu ya sisa dollar na kugu dem. Because as Cecilia, the package is anything to go by, then you get a certain impression. Say there are a lot of people keeping the dollars in their rooms, not in the bank, because dollar and their money depreciating. You know, and say when the dollar, the foreign currency in circulation, you know, extra. Now there are a lot more people chasing for it, and I account for your friend say a cost. So it's $1 no our system no is bisa say e ko hefa people are holding more them and all kinds of way obi ntimi nye watching because Cecilia the past case actually and clearly say the possibility of some of these guys having a lot of the dollars in their room because or the court or the court banker you may be asked to answer a lot of questions. A best raise eyebrow, and as a phone, me the court, me the court banker, and I will be some question. I'm packing on me damn way. So I think that there are major factors. Eddie bedroom be a bedroom and
okay, so dear na eja o make a point about a year a friend is saying a year trade and balance say enema hodo ayanga say tikrum hono ye kwa manane a ye kona ye kokokra na menka wonso so say trade and balance yi de eja ye ka a year balance of trade there me no ka say a year cereals any a year preparation 2021 ye yusu a year 957 million US dollars ekokra enema ye de bro eye e bro hu nneema nko a 2022 ye yusu almost 1.3 billion US dollars and ye de kokra enema ye de bro nko a eye oba a year 2021 no a meat and meat preparation ye yusu 700 million US dollars ekokra eye enam enko afra manone na 2022 no ye use 1 billion United States dollar ekɔ kra bro kakra de but ma menye no yi 1 billion US dollars ekɔ kra enam fish sorry fats and oil excluding butter cheddar nka ho margarine nka ho ye kra 2021 ye use 500 million US dollars ekɔ kra fats and oil 2022 ye use almost 800 million US dollars ekɔ kra fats and oil sene me kind cheddar and butter nka ho 2021 ye use almost 300 million US dollars ekɔ kra sugar and honey 2022 ye use almost 450 million US dollars ekɔ kra esichire ene ewo beverages ye use 2021 ye use a friend is almost 300 million US dollars ekɔ kra fruits and vegetables 2021 ye use 184 million US dollars ekɔ kra fruits and vegetables 2022 ye use 280 million US dollars ekɔ kra fruits and vegetables and a fish you use 163 million US dollars in 2021 echo cry fish enam 2022 you use 289 million US dollars echo cry enam dairy product and eggs kosua chibum ye fa sika 163 million US dollars 163 million US dollars echo cry kosua any dairy product Anna 2022 ye kofa a year 328 million US dollars ekwa kra kosua any dairy product other foods enkwa 2022 ye fa a year a jump from 2021 404 million US dollars no echo a year almost 670 million US dollars enti wofa a year 2021 nkwa total no a Ghana ekra saa enyeme ya mabobosui ye de almost 4 billion US dollars in the year of 2021 eko kra enyeme ya mabobosui 2022 ye fa a year 14.3 billion US dollars and the crass annually. So it tells you, say, ye fa MPP and DC, ye fa political parties, about Ghana, you know, they are not even talking about how to solve these particular issues and problems.
No. We say, over the years, you politicizing issues, say, NDC in a waswa, NDC problem, MPP in a waswa, MPP problem. But the key issues now, Emma dollar not driver no, nobody and atmosphere pay key attentions to. So if that is anything to go by, clearly I say we have failed as a country, even successive government up to date. Because you see, so what's your mind? Now you virtually produce nothing to the point to say even some of these basic things, one kasabet me have produced like serious working. Come on, a country like Ghana. You have no business going out there to sell kwakokra serious and okay rice alone import in a year the import receipts run it to over $500 million $500 million a year. The last time I checked it was around $525 million.
Yes.
The cram more about Chrome how so you build the economy on the basis that we virtually produce nothing. So over the years, what has been a controlling factor of our forests? Then we have forests. Say cocoa, ya krona sikano bar, your forest. And then other petty things are important. That is the only source of forest as a chroma. And I say maybe World Bank, IMF, and a certain grant, and then my dollar, I buy you find some of these things though. But then you ask yourself that at the end of the day, when these monies come into the system, is the same dollars. And I yes, the carbon thing, a crass because you see the way a drew Togo crane to mean talk, a fan say, toilet rope crane to mean talk. they will not accept it. So every single time Ghana goes out there, say, "Yakwa kra nema ba krom ha bia no, Forex kakra na wo krom ha no yes saboa no through Bank of Ghana near the cop." So ama ehwan den. And we've gotten to a point because of amount for a year trading in as for Obia tries to buy a deal from outside. And once you are buying anything from outside, the money that goes, is in dollars. As against the city.
And now, who can you cry there? Putting it in context. Na yema etiefo a womu tie yen Rainbow Radio 92.4 FM. So enyanti asiye say on the test say exchange rate nankasa simply means say price of one currency over another currency. Enti ye currency sika ye de kwa koto obroni ene dollar ana ne pound sterling no ye de no sebio ahodini ennim na anwoma emma ahodin emba ye sika mu no ene nkyerɛkyerɛ ye kyerɛ about a balance of trade na ye kyerɛkyerɛ efa a friend is interest rate and a current account balance and a forex yenua Ivan Innocent HHM Ivan twaso.
Yes, and Dr. Ran said a message and say answer na obetimi ama o currency aye stable da bia e ka say ye cedi no emuye ha obitu ara wa confuse ana sika de ba ne say na emuye ha de ntia ema emuye ha ne say ye cedi na ye yisu no ha no ye mfa nto ade wa abonten. So anytime bia wo kwa abonten akoto ade bia no you need dollars because and all trading platform bia was asisu nyina no they use the dollar in their pricing. Why? Because the dollar has proven to be the most single currency, stable. And who did it moka? And in most of the businesses around the world, no, online and they price it in dollars because it is one of the most stable currency. Say when I me price me item no in dollars, depreciation be ankano. Enti yehano sika kakra na ebe system no. You have a lot more people chasing against this particular money. Echo. And again, adeba kwa yan santi yedim ko ho ema yesika no eni ahoden kra okroma ne se. Dr. Ren, all the foreign businesses about kroma eye adwuma nyina no like MTN, Vodafone, your friend says ShopRite, why sa ukrofoko nyina bedibia okroma no munyo musika na MTN make a lot of money from a South African company. Omuwia they change their money into dollars because fat cedi in South Africa or the kwakwa. So these banks at the end of the day annually onya profit near $3 million. They are recouping this $3 million, sending all to South Africa because Emrabia ni wa Ghana ha foreign companies your friends say almost say at the end of the year no retain a certain percentage of your money in this country and also invest a certain percentage of your currency or you see no kroma sebeme ema for sikana tena okroma say no samra no ni ho and this MTN ba kroma no obediga at the end of the day or make it $20 million a year or to miss a sikani nyina de ko without keeping the cedi.
Unim sa sema wo ken yo ene u check a year a friends the rate of a year the South African rand to a year a pound sterling. One South African rand equals to 0.043 a year pound sterling. Yes. Na yes. Unim say South Africa krono ankasa no. Ivan say uremu a ho. Na ukra dollar na wo pese wo sesa. Ana wo pese wo use a ni use a den papa. Untimi yusu to say the Ghana will because so midnight me turn in dollars not you turn in dollars now you're talking about dollars you can't do it in South Africa untimi.
Yes, so Dr. Ren, so all these things stem from regulation failure on our part because you see I can sit here and tell you so government institutions say what chrome no when they are charging, I have friends or free or call Ukraine, China, fight medicine, or mobile pro master, or mobile Ghana Medical and Dental Council exams in this year. Do you know that they charge them in dollars? They are paying a whooping $900, a beauty $980. What is the quiet? And you see the funny aspect of this whole thing is medical and dental council nankasa After the dollar rate, and all them banks, and say, yeah, dollar, no, your penny rate say, and the students in the bus of Babit, yes, Ghana, rate say Famano. And that rate is different from what Bank of Ghana is quoting. And there are several other institutions. This is a government institution, though. Yeah, your Chroma say no, you did this, you did all our Chroma say. There is no proper regulation. I will say, and no can be. That is why sometimes I say, we need to move beyond this NDC MPP politics. We are failing. We can say the fundamental problems, you know. And they play politics, and it's the reason why I'm sitting here and I'm telling you, say, a bind be or baby, and I see address these fundamental problems. The dollar will keep rising because I could for time there saying, baby, you're quite and a day will come. $1 will be equal to 50 cedis. You market.
About the Zimbabwe DNB because when we sit down, that's a whole Bank of Ghana, a man for engaging in a friend saying a year exchange business without any license that has been issued by the Bank of Ghana. So be the pricing, advertising, a year receipt, a year making payment of goods and services. Nina are into other foreign currency. Nani chronic to a mind Ghana, and we have a Bank of Ghana regulating body. Woman to me and regulating Casada be you're wrong. The law should deal with you. Near Tikronimo, just like the country is full of a mess with a lot of indiscipline from these so-called MPP and NDC people.
It's funny. Me who Bank of Ghana the directive the directive in the midst of this staggering challenge here you mean say so we are Forex don't write your price and venture and post to social media. This is the intervention. So we are Forex don't write your rate and post it on social media. When they could have taken more earnest measures a bit normalizing the situation because of the dollarization of this particular system. Against the backdrop, say, from higher order, we virtually produce nothing. Until say a bit in your position, you see a produce UBB, not the rate at which I get dollars. And you see, it's simple. Is it that I say? There are several ways around it. And your demand and supply. So if the supply is low, you reduce the demand. Yeah. And in reducing the demand for dollar, no, when you go into production, submit hey, maybe I'm a person me talk TV from outside. Now say there is a local substitute for that particular TV. I may not need dollars for anything. What I have to do is say I'll go for the local substitute. And I was telling you the last time that is the strategy China adopted. When they realize they cannot continue chasing the US dollar, they can't do that. So they deliberately depreciated their currency, the Chinese yuan. No, Sebaya, we are China in now person to iPhone back one. Chale, Chinese yuan is or no answer when you $1 no. We just has to carry now no $1,000 at the iPhone. So when you be away sick in our day or life no, the taste for iPhone is gone forever. And we are in an era where you cannot sit without a phone. So you'll be compelled to buy a local manufactured phone, either Huawei or any other Zhuan and other products. And then look at the market share of your friends Huawei. Elsewhere, Africa has say, do you know that they have overtaken Apple, Samsung, and other brand? Because production, to the sense that whether the dollar is going whatever, they don't care because everything they are nipa here in their daily lives, China is able to produce those things. So but we live in a country where the common contumere, common cassava, common toothpick, everything, cat tie, everything we need to import. When you are importing, you don't use your currency, you rely on this same dollar thing. Inti kakra na obenyano. Ebrumu we be packing go modem like Sicily da pa no. Na eno na wo sign dey ko. MTN big companies be ya adwuma okrom ha in the end the emra bia no hwe ne so mfa ne sika kakra nto ho. Emra bia no hwe ne say they need to reinvest. Enti osesa ne nema akọ na no te say companies be apake omodema omoko. So whenever they realize say they are no longer making profit, they will pack and go. At the end of the day you lose. And see, I think that we need to have a proper conversation. Now you do away with this NDC, MPP, your friends saying, Yeah, we recriminating we now we incriminating we over politics, you know. Now you look at the real and the core issues are it must give rise to the CD dollar depreciation, you know. Now you tackle those things. But you see, people leading are not interested in those aspects. They are always want to do politics with it, and the politics is not winning because if you look at the rate at which the dollar at this time is going up now, Charlie, is very scary. I throw everything off here, off by, and what is Hana will hear any projection anyway be anwa. Charlie, you are off by be our bagana how cry and what plan is over to UK in us for plane ticket abaton and a price no the war. Christmas if I don't know the back of you, so to Kwanya. Because the rate at which the CD and the dollar no air, and the sad aspect is that if you look at the cost you don't see any policy intervention targeted this particular thing with a short-term effect. Say within the short term, no, these are the mitigatory factors a buying air try to spend into the system. Say be able to take care of the situation.
Bank of Ghana for a 6-story building. Also, so situation now with the stop for dollar. We live in a country where
now me to say. Now no me to say ya bubble ya Parliament approve a facility from World Bank and ya bubble IMF so bright sika. So this is the ad hoc intervention very often we resort to. So when this money come into the system, the fundamental issues, you know, and then resolve you. It's a kuro a cow. Now with the bandage a cataso, now a shatter, they're white a cataso. A man for Shania, oh, where for what are they for? But one casa already, you know,
beneath it, no, underneath it, no, your my no.
Exactly. A cost already no could do fear one pa and I wouldn't be a cost already. So that is a cosmetic approach, and exactly what the government is doing. So I think that we need to have a broader stakeholder discussion. Now, you can say over the years, the economic policies now adopted aimed at addressing the basic challenges now. It's not working, especially those that have to do with the Forex, you know. Let us sit down, have a proper conversation. Now you come out with a plan. I bet me the idea, say be able to address these Forex challenges. And yes, you better politics around it. And this in a year, but we in a year, win a year. The next year, never had none number 30 to 50 cities.
Now, unim say Ivan, who can say we in a missy? How far a year Ghana and Kasanga the size of our economy no almost about 230 billion US dollars. And then no crown, many of the companies in your can MT and any other foreign companies in the crown. Omo no crown and they take a lot of it ediko womu krum. Yankasa kruno ayetimu ankasa the individuals now we are the so-called businessmen no crown puno. E mudu do send because ebia no crown no as a businessman no crown or running a company a year into billions of a year dollars a baby sebiu a bit to me aja or export a bit to me the foreign revenue e de abre o my Ghana. It will show yankasa business here 2022 we spend almost about 15 billion US dollars. Now the question here is enka MPP ni NDC so omo wadwene papa ma wo man Ghana what prevent them to say okay, let us have a friend saying a friend is saying council house of businessmen. Now woman form ideas so woman brains embrane ka just every nekwe yenim some person kwama no ne kwakra enuema eba kro ni mo. Why don't we also make sure say maybe a tax waiver free tax waiver be now go into the production of this particular and say be a sanitary parts so say be a tissue so say be a friend is a t-shirt cotton t-shirts you say be a sound say be a toothpick. Why can't we sit down with this whole businessmen ni gada womo to say the abrofu ye ni ntimi ma make sure so okay ubekwa mo na ni akwa cranium mano at the end of the day no ebe ha my Ghana no ye be crass ye the cities bebre no akwa ko foreign revenue a year dollars in pound sterling. We want to give you people a year tax waiver no kroma manufacture the company a year new manwa. Why is it so difficult for our people to do it?
Dr. Ryan, Nina Makas says a failure in policy regulation, a proper policy. I by initiative. 7 is profit. So say for instance, me pese books e ho adwuma na me na me hwe local production, the cost involved, taxes then as for involved. so far production cost no air concern, including individuals I may employ or mujina, me share cost no, na me share I am a first so I'm a ton on me share for so benya. Na me gauge no against going out to China, Italy, or whatever country to import those things. Now me yet that comparative analysis na me say, oh, now then I import to a safer. A chance say maintenance say me na. As a businessman, I'll go for the importation option. But you see, these people don't dictate the pace. And as a kind of man, that is why policymakers come in as a country. So you have to create a conducive environment. I bet me facilitate the operations of these people. I bet me more I go into production. That is why elsewhere government said no will no it is subventions, subsidies, government it tax waivers. Then I say for to companies. I encourage people to go into local production. Now you reduce the import because the very moment these private entities go into importation and as for now, it affected the forest. So as government, that is the option that you take. But you see, and again, when it comes to businesses, then as a foreign businesses, do not say you only Ghana for that particular way, and then obey fortunately, I see some no have this conversation. Metwana Madame for do US, not the documents be sent them. Say South African companies in Ghana. Oh, I wish you said me.
South African companies in Ghana against Ghana companies in South Africa. Who call Ghana companies in South Africa? They are sorry, ICGC, Lighthouse, friend is Action Chapel, yes, sorry, no. Oba Ghana, they are Ubenya MTN, Ubenya ShopRite, woman, companies are woman, woman, GC Kakasi, they are called Mukrum. The end of the sorry, Can you imagine?
And you see, one of the biggest banks, Ewo Kroma, say, Abenoka say, we stand back then as a phone through her, ASA.
Yes.
Yeah, top free, I'm top free,
Barclays Bank.
Barclays Bank, It's a South African company.
Yeah.
So you understand? So externally, look at the risk of MTN in the sub-region. When it comes to the telcos, it's the biggest telcos way in Africa, and Obian the tentacles and the financial muscles as MTN, and this company emanated from South Africa. So you see, apart from that, externally, they have companies that have gone beyond their borders and they have invested much in other way. Don't forget, South Africa company, Ghana, they add dollars to South African way. They send home dollars, not
to the central bank.
To the central bank. Any business outside the piano send dollars home. Sorry, among for mines and how many companies, Ghanaian companies, and I bet you, even Nigeria, I bet you, say this Ghanaian company set me breaking the banks, breaking borders, and they are doing well. And we bet me, like I say, at the end of the year, they add this value to Ghana GDP, and I say for them. There is nothing like that. So you see, young people now, business minded, and the kind of mindset that Nigerians and as for to go into businesses and as for no, so mindset in India, and the government is also not making effort be as a bit because you see, private enterprises and as for no, eventually helped in the transformation of the economy. Because you see, a country, the economy of a country, cannot rely on government alone. For government, in as much as government is the biggest spender in every economy, there are several key services and it has to be produced and as provided by companies and then as a forum. I bet me my businesses and as for I grow to the extent I bet me expect it over the borders of the country. I bet me get it to other jurisdictions because say Ghana or company like I say Kroma say Nasi you could Nigeria. When we are coming home, we come home with dollars. But you see, let me tell you, some of you guys are Kroma, some of the Sikafua and also Mosika Kroma. Even if you look at their behavior, Obia when Sika will be a company about and that person has the potential. And yes, they have potential to increase their folks, to increase their reach in the tentacles, Obahana. Babia will do not be and say, why ye the next thing you see now a koto your friends a Ferrari brand new that basic social media now mo kwa yi no mo san so ten na ya to ye din sika for you when these people have the financial potential to do more.
Me from the Texas boys of a year funerals. Woman no Texas cowboy che.
Exactly.
But can you blame them?
Yes.
Mainly because you see the government has also not identified the job as what the mawomo. I mean, like here in the United Kingdom, the government will call you, they will sit you down. We know that people will sky but can you also channel it into agriculture? Can you channel it into this particular production that will help boost the economy? But I mean, steady way na brem. Yes, South Africa corporate entities operating in Ghana. 1. MTN, DSTV, Stanbic Bank, Protea Hotel, Sap Miller, ShopRite, Vodacom. Ghana counterparts operating corporates operating in South Africa. ICGC, Action Chapel, Hall of Strength Ministry, Royal House Chapel, Assemblies of God, Redeemed Evangelical Church, Mountain of Fire, a Miracle Church. And to say, we are exporting a year.
Yeah, jokers.
Exporting a year religion, and the could be no so exporting a friend say, anyway.
Business.
Ivan, I will be say a year now.
So clearly,
Baumia were him for.
Oh, and I'm say, conversation, but you have a point. I think the issues
we've gone beyond the MPP and DC.
Like Baumia. Oh yes. You see, some now clearly you know, sir, these are comic characters who were just saying anything for vote. And you heard the also in the last few years, see. Now I heard the rate at which the dollar is running, and the fact is that the gentleman has even stopped talking about the economy. Actually, said they have no solution. There's no solution. And until say you bet to me, problem beyond a political party, beyond a group of people seeking political power. When they take the stage, the things that they say, no, you should forget about them. Now you're building a national policy, a policy. Cutting across the political divide. I bet me, so I can say, this is your policy on Forex. When you first one, you making sure say in the next few years, you know, Ghana may dependent on other your friends saying, I bet you rely on for importation of goods and services. Now, rather no, you mum na you be exporting the media carbon thing. Now say a basa Forex, you know. That should be the policy objective. Now you go beyond, you go on this tangent. You call in the last 30 years. Before time there was those assurances, and the dollar no call them. Rollins time there were those assurances. You cannot call it because there is no single president or magic wine to be able to make us say, "But the dollar needs enough." Because near my dollar no corner are frankly beyond us. Because we are failing to do what we are supposed to do to ensure, say, currency we are focusing on how to stop the dollar, but we are not focusing on how to put value in our money. The only solution is to put value in our money, and the best way to do that is to increase production. That is the only way. So you increase production. Now you're making sure that some of the things are now again, making